This is the Pixel 9. I have been testing it for a couple of days and I want to compare it to another Android giant, the Galaxy S24. Now the reason I'm doing this video is because I noticed there is not a lot of coverage on the smaller phones. It's either people are talking about the 9 Pro XL or the Galaxy S24 Ultra or even the iPhone 15 Pro Max. These two phones are the best Android phones on the market right now in 2024, but how do they compare to each other? Which has the better camera, which has the better software, and most important of all, which has the better value for your money? Let's find out. Getting straight into it, let's start with the design. And like I always say, design is so important because it is what you look at every day and more or less will remind you if whatever phone you decide to get was the right choice. I have the Pixel 9 here in porcelain or the color white, and this by far is the best color out of everything Google released in 2024. Peony or the pink one is a little too bright for me. I also think the Pixel 9 has the better range of colors for their smartphones. Unlike the Pixel 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL, the back of the phone is glass and still remains glossy from the Pixel 8 instead of that matte finish that we come to expect. Now I guess Google is still trying to find different ways to differentiate the regular phones from the Pro phones. Now it's not bad or anything, it's just a preference at the end of the day. If you're coming from say the Pixel 7 or the Pixel 8, then you're going to feel right at home. Protection wise, I do go caseless on most days. The new square shaped body makes this an easy phone to carry around without any form of hand fatigue or tiredness after long periods of time. The sides are still aluminum with the USB-C ports at the bottom and stereo speakers. I don't know, I think Google worked on their speakers this year because just like the 9 Pro XL, the speakers here are pretty good. It's loud and the bass is up there and does not get distorted. I'm very happy with my experience so far. The camera placement is also a new redesign than the Pixel 8. If you also look closely, the actual camera lens is slightly bigger, but we'll get into that very soon. Meanwhile, the Galaxy S24 is one of the best looking phones in 2024. It has that clean look, the camera sensors are vertically symmetrical, and the back of the phone has a matte finish that hides a lot of fingerprint marks and smudges, something I wish the Pixel 9 had. It is important that your smartphone is comfortable in your hands, and the S24 for me, in terms of usability, is kind of a hit and miss. Now the problem I have with the S24 is how sharp the edges are. Now using this phone without a case is really annoying from my day-to-day use because of how sharp the edges get after long periods of time, compact or not. It is very uncomfortable and I just drop it down and use my laptop or something else instead for the meantime. Maybe if this was titanium, I'll have a different perspective. The weight just has to be right. It also has a USB-C port like the Pixel 9, stereo speakers that are also the same. I remember it was one of the few aspects they improved between the S22 and the S23. Great volume and great bass. Design is always a subjective category. Not everyone is going to like what I like and vice versa. And I do not think any of these designs are bad. Quite the contrary, they both look amazing. But when it comes to what I am going to use every single day, it'll definitely be the Pixel 9. It just feels good in my hand. The colors are right and the camera design is up there. The next category here is the display, and there are big changes on the Pixel 9. It is 6.3 inches with an OLED panel, an actual display as they call it, a variable refresh rate that can go from 60 to 120 Hz. A huge upgrade here is the display can go up to 1800 nits when watching HDR content and 2700 nits of peak brightness. The Pixel 8 last year got up to 2000 nits of peak brightness, so trust me when I tell you, this is great for the average consumer. Pixel 9's display really didn't come to play in 2024. It has improved every shortcoming I had with the Pixel 8 last year. Even how you unlock the phone is definitely different. The Pixel 9 has the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, so they have similar speeds in getting into your phone. Face unlock might have an edge over the S24, but it isn't so noticeable. So I think for the first time in a very, very long time, they're equals. Like bar for bar, they're on the same playing field, and that's kind of crazy. And I'm finding it hard to categorically say which display is better because they both excel in different places. It just comes down to what is important to you or, what OS you like looking at every day. So with that being said, I think giving this a tie is going to be a fair assessment. You know what else is fair? You guys subscribing to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We just hit 20,000 subs recently, but the goal for the year is 30,000 subs. So go subscribe, like this video so you can help your boy out before 2024 ends. So how is the battery life? The short answer is it is slightly bigger than last year. The long answer is it is definitely better than what it was with the Pixel 8. It is still early days, of course, because this was the same experience that I had with the Pixel 8. It was great at first, but over time, battery life kept reducing and reducing. From charging it once a day when going to bed to twice a day just during the day. This time might just be different because adaptive battery hasn't exactly kicked in and it is going really strong. I'm getting 6 to 7 hours of screen on time in a day, which is pretty awesome. Like I said, it is still early days. The Galaxy S24, on the other hand, is good, but right now it is not better than the Pixel 9. Maybe kind of on the same length if I'm being honest, but at the same time, we also have to consider that this has been out for a couple of months while the Pixel 9 is still very new. But if we're talking strictly in the first few days or weeks, then the Pixel 9 is having a better start. Like I said, I would love to see how this will pan out in the next few months to a year, but for now, the Pixel 9 will take this round. Okay, the next category has a lot of debate, and it has to do with the performance and the software. Google's Pixel 9 is powered by the new Tensor G4 chip that is responsible for a lot of the AI features within this phone. More than anything, Tensor isn't going to outpace the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for raw power, but in terms of my everyday use, I can say that there isn't much of a difference. The Pixel 9 is really smooth when you're scrolling through the phone, thanks to Tensor G4 and the Pixel experience. Apps open on time, RAM is now up to 12 gigs, which gives better RAM management, and a significant portion of that is dedicated to AI features. And what the Pixel 9 lacks in power, it gains with AI features, with the exception of video boost. More on that soon. Now, in terms of AI features, you still have the older features like best take and circuit to search, but they added new ones for 2024, like Pixel Screenshots, for instance. It has a dedicated app for all your screenshots and can be used to gather information in a later period. This is a Pixel exclusive feature and will not be coming to any Android phones yet. Now, there also is the Pixel Studio app that comes installed with all Pixel devices. With this, you can create illustrations using text prompts, and it does this on your device, so you don't need to necessarily have a fast connection to the internet or your Wi-Fi. And it also takes about 4 seconds to actually produce an image, which is really good. Magic Editor also has a new feature called Reimagine, where you can also use text prompts to visually change what is in your picture, either slightly or drastically. The last one is called Add Me, and it is the best feature that they have released. Now, you can take a picture, you hand it over to your friend, and step in the same place that your friends were in. Then the Pixel uses that AR overlay to guide the framing, and boom, it looks like you guys were in the same place at the same time. I've said this many times, Google continues to blur the line between what is real and what is fake, but this one just has the best use case in my everyday life. And with all this, Google is promising 7 years of software and security updates, which Samsung matched with the S24. Now, while Samsung does have a few new AI features that are similar to the Pixel, like circuit to search and transcript assist and those other things, I think Galaxy AI has a lot of catching up to do. Even though the S24 has better raw power, it doesn't come close to the software experience and the AI features that Tensor has or Tensor is capable of. So with that, the Pixel 9 is the winner for this round. The final round is the cameras. So there are 2 cameras on the Pixel 9 and 3 on the S24, giving the S24 an edge with its hardware. The Pixel 9 has a 50 megapixel wide-angle lens, same one from last year, but the ultra-wide lens is upgraded to a 48 megapixel lens, potentially giving you more detail, sharpness, and dynamic range to your ultra-wide pictures. While the S24 has the same camera specs from the S23, a 50 megapixel wide-angle lens, and a 12 megapixel telephoto and ultra-wide lens, arguably giving you the same results. The selfie camera is a very divisive category between these two phones. The S24 is good in capturing as much detail as possible and adding color, but when it comes to darker skin, it has a hard time processing what I look like. Compare that with the Pixel 9, which has real tone. It captures the closest visual identity to what I look like off camera. However, some people say Samsung is better in that regard, and I just chalk it up to everyone having a subjective opinion. Daylight pictures are great on both phones. It's punchy, it's crispy with good dynamic range, but on the S24, Samsung's picture profile adds a lot more saturation, so that's pretty good if you just want to take a picture and post it on social media. and not really edit it as you go. But if you want more of a natural look that offers more detail, then the Pixel 9 is the better choice. With the lack of a telephoto lens on the Pixel, the S24 is a lot better when it comes to zoomed in pictures and portrait mode. Of course, the Pixel can go up to 5x, but anything after 5x, then you start to see the difference. The ultra-wide lenses are basically the same, just more color on the S24 than the Pixel. When it comes to video, the Pixel 9 can shoot up to 4K with 10-bit HDR. There isn't any video boost on the Pixel 9, so you're not getting that 8K video enhancements like the 9 Pro or the 9 Pro XL, while the S24 can shoot up to 8K video. The Pixel 9 is good, but shooting 8K video does have its perks, especially when downgrading when you're editing. As a camera units, both the S24 and the Pixel 9 are phenomenal. They both have different picture profiles and cater to everyone's needs, but it goes without saying that if I had to pick one to take pictures with, it'll definitely be the Pixel 9. On the other hand, if I had to shoot video, then I would pick up the S24. So with all that being said, which offers the better value? The Pixel 9 saw an increase to $799 USD, a $100 difference from the Pixel 8, while the Galaxy S24 is still $799. And it's hard to say which is better. I think it really just boils down to what you use your phone for or what you care for. The Pixel offers a smooth Android experience with a ton of AI features, a brighter display, and a great camera system, while the S24 offers great performance with a great ecosystem and a capable camera as well. But comment down below your thoughts on both phones. Would you take the Pixel 9 or would you take the Galaxy S24? I would love to connect more with you guys in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. My name is KJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.